George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. A spectacular event. I want to call it a once in a generation. No, it ain't that, but it's a big deal happening at LeMoyne College this Tuesday, October the 3rd. And what a great opportunity it is for the community to be exposed to some great talent. Here to talk about it is Travis Newton, chair of the Department of Visual and Performing Arts at LeMoyne College. And Tuesday, October 3rd, Nottingham High School. What will be happening, Travis?
Thanks, George. It's great to be with you. And we are so excited about this concert featuring the Sphinx Virtuosi. So it's a really kind of, fancy name, but basically what people can expect to see are 18 incredible virtuosic musicians on stage at Nottingham High School who are Black or Latinx artists, and they are incredible. In fact, a few days after they're here, they're going to be playing in Carnegie Hall. They're on a tour of the Northeast, and we are so fortunate that we were able to snag them for a date here in Syracuse with the help of the Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation and some very generous sponsors. And so people can expect a night that's going to celebrate diversity in the arts. People may be aware that classical music industry, there are very few African-American musicians in orchestras, for example. The League of American Orchestras recently released a study that indicated that only 2.4% of musicians in professional orchestras are African-American. And the Sphinx Organization is all about changing that. And LeMoyne is thrilled to be hosting this ensemble, which is part of the Sphinx Organization, which is based in Detroit, which is really aiming to move the needle quickly on that paradigm.
Yeah, Travis, I think it's so important. Of course, I was very excited about this when I saw it. And the reason why I wanted you to come on is because I just don't think people realize what the impact is going to be of seeing 18 Black and Latinx musicians on the stage playing classical music. It's, because for many, it may seem inaccessible, or they may not know of composers, but for this particular concert and the organization, they're really going to take us down some familiar territory, if you will. Talk about that.
So yes, so the program it actually features a few premieres that are brand new.
I said familiar,
but also,
and then you just said,
but also some works that may be more familiar, especially by Samuel Coleridge Taylor, Perkinson, as well as Adolphus Hailstork, who actually hails from Rochester, and so someone who's from not too far away. Also, I can add something that will be a little bit familiar on the program, is that right before the concert starts, we're going to have a very special kind of opening act right around 7:15, because the concert's at 7:30. That's going to feature students in the Nottingham High School orchestra and band playing alongside students in my orchestra at LeMoyne, conducted by Eric Petit-McClure, who's the band director at Nottingham High School, and that's going to feature a movement from Dvorak's New World Symphony. So that's where the familiar will come in, and then people will be in for a real treat for the main event featuring the Sphinx Virtuosi.
I also understand that they're going to be playing a piece inspired by Langston Hughes.
Yes, by the poetry of Langston Hughes, as well as Julia Alvarez, and so it's a really nice way to combine multiple genres of the arts. We're talking about literary art. We're also obviously talking about music and the way that they can come together in a really beautiful way. And the other thing that I'll say that people, I think, will hear probably for the first time ever is a concerto that's written for two double bass soloists. So there will be two bass players, the big tall double bass that's like this, down front of the orchestra playing solos. Often the bass, we think of that as the real foundation, right, of music. upon which everything else is kind of built. But in this case, they're going to be down front as the soloists, which is not something that you see every day. So I'm really excited personally to see that.
Sphinx Virtuosi, again, happening Tuesday at Nottingham High School, 3100 East Tennessee Street in Syracuse. And there's a lot of seats. So we need to fill that place up. And I'm really excited to partner with you to bring the word to the community because, folks, you need to show up for this. You really need to show up for this and show these artists that you appreciate what they're doing, because I don't know if people know too much about what the Sphinx Organization is all about, and you teased it a little bit in the beginning, Travis, but really tell us the significance of what Sphinx is even trying to do.
Well, I'll just say, first of all, that it's quite humbling to be able to partner with an organization like the Sphinx Organization, because they have been working on this very issue since the late 90s. They're just now celebrating their 26th anniversary. And so the rest of the world, especially the classical music world, has started to play catch up with what the Sphinx Organization has been doing for a quarter of a century. And so for me, and for Syracuse to have the opportunity to engage with this organization on this level, an organization that has been devoted to increasing quickly the racial diversity of classical music across the country in many different ways is incredible. And I also want to mention that Symphoria is also featuring a number of Sphinx alumni and artists who have come through the Sphinx organization over the years on their season as well. And so they've got a couple of concerts coming up this fall that you can check out on their website, experiencingsymphoria.org, including the violinist Hannah White and the cellist, who is going to be joining them in October. And so I hope that folks, Sterling Elliott, sorry, his name slipped my mind for a second there. Mm-hmm. So Sterling Elliott and Hannah White will be joining Symphoria. So we're, as a community, I feel like the fact that we're making this available to the community in a way to show that, you know, the classical music really needs to begin being more reflective and relevant to the entire community. And that's really what we're hoping to begin to accomplish by doing these concerts, and frankly by diversifying our repertoire across all of our programs, not just these.
Travis, you know that I don't know if you know this, but a bit of disclosure here, unless you already knew this. Did you know that I went to High School of Music and Art in New York City? Did you know that?
I did not know that, George Kilpatrick. You are a man of many talents.
And that I did play the flute when I was in high school, so
awesome.
I am a flautist, and awesome. So I've always appreciated classical music. Like I like from everything from Bach to Beethoven to Mozart to Tchaikovsky, do you name it? You know, I'm not an expert, but certainly I can appreciate all of the music. Obviously, having had to study it, and as you know, it has come down the generations. Let's talk about my daughter who played. What was the group that I can't remember the name, but it was like a,
yes.
What was the group?
So Aaliyah was, we often have community members and younger students play along with the LeMoyne College Orchestra, which is the group that I conduct at LeMoyne, which will be playing with the Nottingham students before the concert. So the same ensemble that'll be performing pre-show on October 3rd is the group that Aaliyah was a member of.
How about that? So the circles, right? But the idea, and she chose viola, right? The idea of exposing our kids to different musical genres, it really just expands our vocabulary and allows us to appreciate all different kinds of music, but also the industry itself can also create a space where all of these individuals, especially from diverse backgrounds, feel welcome. But here's the thing, folks. And I go back to a piece. I did a study, not a study, but I did a talk, right? And our presence. I'm speaking of African Americans in particular. Isn't new to the classical genre. It's just been very limited, but it's not new, right? I go back to
Correct.
Son George, and of course, some of the artists that you've mentioned already. So our presence is not it's not a new thing, right? We didn't just
Right.
discover it. It's been around for generations, but for some reason we just haven't been able to really make that explosion. So here's the opportunity, folks. If Nottingham High School is packed, we will show the world that this appreciation for these very talented musicians is well justified. But also expose your kids, bring your kids. The tickets are very reasonable.
Yes.
What's the cost of attending, Travis?
Yes. And so there's kind of a general cost. There's a $20 ticket for adults, there's a $15 ticket for seniors, and $5 for LeMoyne students and faculty. But then we have this whole other pay what you can system. And so no one will be turned away.
Right.
This is something we're really passionate about, and all of the proceeds, pay $1, pay $5, pay $20, whatever you can afford, however the spirit moves you that night, and then all of those proceeds from the pay what you can will be donated directly to the Nottingham Instrumental Music
Oh, wonderful.
Program.
All
And
right.
so those dollars will go directly to them, and they're just fantastic. We had a great rehearsal with them last night, actually, and we went over to Nottingham, my orchestra, and got to play alongside these students, and their director Eric Petit McClure will be conducting, and I get to sit in the violin section and play along, and it's just a lot of
Nice.
fun. So it'll be great.
All right. So for people who are buying tickets, it's a general seating, so you can buy it.
General seating. So
Okay.
you can just show up.
Okay.
The pre-show will be around 7:15, and then the actual concert will be at 7:30. But yeah, you don't need to get a ticket ahead. You can, like you said, there's I think about 1,200 seats there.
Yes, a
So
few seats.
I think we'll be able to accommodate everybody, and we just would love to see people, meet people, and we're happy to be in the community.
I mean, I don't know if you remember what Travis said, or if you're just joining us. We're talking to Travis Newton. He's the chair of Visual and Performing Arts at LeMoyne College Department, and we're talking about Sphinx Virtuosi, which will be at the Nottingham High School Tuesday, October 3rd. I'm gonna say get there at 7, even though the
Yeah.
main concert starts at 7:30. It's 3100 East Genesee Street, so it's right on any way you can get there. It's right there. And this group that we're going to see at Nottingham High School will be at Carnegie Hall later. So, okay, I don't know what to say.
You don't even need to go to New York City to see this group. They'll be right here in our
And I
backyard.
bet, and here's what I tell you: I don't know what the ticket prices are, but I don't think there'll be a pay as you go. Let's be clear about that.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think Carnegie Hall will be doing that. So yes, we'd love to see as many people as possible.
Let's fill up that hall. I'm happy to partner with LeMoyne College to spread the word. Let's get people in those seats. Sphinx Virtuosi, 18 African American Latinx students who will be as students, they're performers, will be
Right.
really giving us something to really remember and make this night very special. All right, so lemoyne.edu to find out more information, but just tell a friend, where you going? I'm headed up to Nottingham High School to hear not only Sphinx Virtuosi, but to hear the Nottingham Orchestra along with the LeMoyne College players as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Travis, anything else we need to know about maybe what you have coming up?
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. We have all kinds of events at LeMoyne, not only our student performers, but guest artists like the Sphinx Virtuosi all season. We have a really fun show that's being created from scratch by one of our own theater faculty members that's based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. That's going to be nice and little, Halloween time at the end of October. So I'd invite people to check that out. It's going to be a musical. And so our students are hard at work on that. We have dance, we have all kinds of different events happening on campus, and we would love to see people come out for those. And we're also, just in the community. Our students are doing internships and working in not-for-profits all over the community. And I would encourage people, if you see an opportunity to engage with us in some way, if you see a way that we could maybe be a resource to you, let me know. Find us. We'd love to talk.
Travis Newton is the department chair for the LeMoyne Visual and Performing Arts Department, and we're so glad to have you here talking about the Sphinx Virtuosi taking place Tuesday, October the 3rd, 7:30 p.m. Well, no, it's 7. That's what we're going to call it.
Okay, we'll call it 7.
At Nottingham High School. You can just show up, get your tickets. Suggested $20, $15 for seniors, $5 for LeMoyne students and faculty, and pay as you go for everybody else. How about that? So there
Absolutely.
You go. I think we covered all the bases, Travis.
I think we did. It's great to see you again, George, and it's just an honor to be with you, and can't wait to meet folks at the concert.
Tuesday, October 3rd. Mark your calendars. Inspiration for the Nation.